Hello, this is Monique with Divine Shift Coaching, and today is day 15 of Gratitude for Men. This is Lulu. She is one of my pet bunnies. She's partially free roam. And today, my Gratitude for Men is about the man who built me a habitat for my bunnies. I've got camera on a stand today. You want to get down now? No? Okay. Um, so yeah, there's a whole story with it. I won't share the whole thing, but what I want to say is there was a carpenter and his mom was involved actually. I didn't know these people. But I really needed a habitat for my bunnies that had a solid floor on it and for rentals. Um, aw. And so I had put it on my Pinterest board and I was um, I was envisioning it. It didn't quite have, it would have cost like $2,000 for what I was imagining. And I didn't have that in the budget. And so I, I guess I'll just tell you the story. So I was driving and Spirit asked me to go into this little, it was in a small town, asked me to go into this group of stores. And I was like, why right now? Like, okay, you can get down. And so I decided, I was like, okay, yes, this happens all the time. Like, Spirit will ask me to do something, and I'll be like, oh, that's weird. I wonder why. But you just learn to trust and trust your intuition, your connection with Spirit. And I don't know, maybe it was my angel. And so I went into that space, and I ended up getting into a conversation with this woman who was just wonderful, and we talked for a long time about all different kinds of things. She grew up in the countryside, and we were talking about fabrics and my pet bunnies, and it was just a great conversation, and that was pretty much it. And then time went by, and then I posted in a Facebook group saying I'm looking for a carpenter who can build me a habitat for my bunnies. And then she must have been on Facebook. I don't think that her son was. And she messaged me and was like, my son can do that for you. And I was like, oh. I had a budget in mind. It was like under $400. Like, it was ridiculous. Um, but I was like, we can find the pieces. Like, we can do this. Like, and he was just so he was so kind. He was like, I'm in between jobs at the moment. I like the idea of having a challenge because I had a specific design in mind. I have 9 pet bunnies, and they're all indoor pet bunnies, but they are outside right now. And so, yeah, so he sat down with me, very professional. Why wouldn't it be? If someone's paying 200 or someone's paying 2,000, I want to give the same service as well and receive the same service as well. And so I showed him my design and the needs, because there were specific needs. And he ended up finding some pieces of, what do you call that plastic? Anyways, the plastic that was being used um, on countertops or as dividers and stuff in stores. There was some extra, and he didn't need to pay for it, so that cut down on costs. And then, yeah, anyways, I just felt so grateful because basically he didn't charge me for his time, and he found some free things and just gave those things to me for free as well. So there was a generosity and a providing for it, and that habitat was really, really important to me. Still is. At that time, which was a couple of years ago, because it meant that I could keep my pet bunnies with me and that we could keep our space clean. Yeah, there was just a bunch of different things involved with that. And so, and there was like, are we interested in each other? There was a little bit of that energy, like sort of checking the situation out. But no, not really. We were just being, small community minded, and that's what you do in small communities. And I just feel so thankful. There wasn't like, you owe me, or like a romantic kind of thing going on. It was just like, he's just straight up being like, I just want to do this kind thing. I think you're a really wonderful person. And that's a part of the masculine, like that healthy, caring, loving, protector, provider part of the masculine that's just like, I see that you need this and you need it cheaper than usual. I have time. I have the ability. I want to do that for you. Um, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I feel like I can talk about that a lot. But that's my gratitude for today. So, day 15, gratitude for men. That is my very specific man focused gratitude. Um, I am also leading a journey called Divine Shift for the Love of Men. And yes, we're talking about men, we're talking about our relationship with men and the masculine, the divine masculine. And it's it's part of us. It's part of our makeup, and men make up half the world. Um, and I started noticing that in my circles, and it's shifting, and it has shifted. It's shifted over the years. At one time, I had a lot of male friends, and then I was like, "Where are my sisters at? Like, where are my sisters? I need some sisters." Um, and then I shifted it, and then I shifted it like almost too much, and then I had all female friends. And there was something really beautiful about that. I was a part of I was part of doTERRA, and there was a lot of, I still am, there was a lot of women in there, and it's about healing and like not being ashamed of plant medicine and healing, holistic wellness, um, and that sisterly like coming together, and then also the business aspect of working together and organizing things together, um, and then just yeah, other women. So there was a lot of women in my life at a time, and then I noticed like, okay, we're kind of imbalanced again. It was like all guy friends and it was all female friends, and now I'm sort of like bringing it back, like inviting, like, yeah, I would like more male friends in my life again. And maybe it has to do with age because people are married and have kids now, so you know, age shifts things around as well. Um, but yeah, so in this divine shift journey that we're doing, we are, whew, I gotta take a breath, take a breath. We're talking about the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us. And how can we hold a safe structure for ourselves so that we can flow and experience the freedom and the safety that we want in our lives? And how can we honor men without abandoning ourselves? How can we have good boundaries? How can we like rewild ourselves and remember who we are as women, which also complements the divine masculine? So it's a big conversation. We could talk about this for a million years. We have been talking about this for a very long time. And I'm excited to jump into the conversation. We are going to do embodied practices, gratitude practices, breath work. I have a special guest who's coming to talk to us about how to talk to plants. Like, literally, like, how to talk to plants. Like, we can talk to them and they'll communicate back with us. Yes, please. My last name's Summerfield. I want more of that in my life. And so it's kind of all together. So we say love of men, and it includes like love of ourselves, love of the masculine. And when we open up to this, remembering that like men make up half the population, and yes, we can talk shit all day long, and yes, there's been shit that's happened, like no denying. And some anger and sadness has come up in me within this 21 days of gratitude, and we will be like this, the 4 week journey is allowing for that as well. um, you allow yourself, but in this journey there is space for that, for us to unpack and to experience. If you're experiencing anger, let it happen. If you're experiencing sadness of heartbreak, something that, a relationship that didn't go the way you wanted it to, we're gonna let ourselves experience that. And this container that we have built is going to hold us in this journey. It is 4 weeks, but I feel like we're going to be talking about this for years to come, because already this 21-day gratitude for men is shifting things within me. It's magnetizing, it's changing things. Gratitude is a portal. Um, Yeah, I'm excited. So we start November 10th, Divine Shift for the Love of Men. That's the 4-week journey. If you're interested in that, let me know. I finished the registration page, woohoo! And it's got the links all set up and everything. I'm very proud to up on myself. And yeah, join the conversation. Follow here on YouTube. I'm posting every day in my Facebook as well, Monique Summerfield, and I'm posting here on YouTube. I have an email list. My company, my business, my passion, my love is Divine Shift Coaching, which is supporting women courageously remembering their divine design and the male and female aspect between men and women and inside ourselves, and also between creator and us. This is part of our divine design. It's how we're designed. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to keep talking about it. Let's keep chatting. This is Monique, Divine Shift Coaching. Peace. Day 15, gratitude for men. Bye bye.